Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Ultra, and tonight we're gonna recap the most recent 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. It was a very interesting episode. I actually really enjoyed it. So we had Angela and Michael.
Make me throw up that chicken.
So mine stinks.
Just they smell pure like.
Nice.
We kind of start to see once he arrived, there were little, I guess, microaggressions towards him. First, the children were saying that his feet were terrible, that they're gross and stuff.
Michael, you got some crusty, dirty feet. You need some lotion. Some skincare, you gonna eat it.
It just came off like it was really hurting his feelings and it was super rude.
Is this how the kids behave here in America? God.
Then Angela had accused him of spitting and she was talking about him, letting one rip and how it stinks and she's gonna throw up the chicken. It was little things, but it was very clear that it was making him uncomfortable. And I feel like these things kind of start to add up after a while. And we just saw the beginning basically. Like, this is gonna get even worse over time, to the point where he actually escaped and decided to run away. If I was constantly being put down in this manner, I would also run away and I would just not feel good about myself. It really gets to you after a while. It wasn't a very good start. At least I liked that the restaurant owner, I think it was the restaurant owner because his name was on the menu, was being welcoming to Michael, but other than that, I wasn't very impressed. Then we had Patrick and Thais.
Mas ele disse pra mim que não precisava mais de bênção minha. Ele já casou e já era, né? Mas eu acho que não é assim.
John actually helped their relationship a bit because he had a heart-to-heart talk with Carlos, Thais' father, and he said, Patrick is a very good guy and he's a family man. Look at him over there. He's with his wife and his child. And so that led Carlos to kind of soften up a little bit.
I understand she's your daughter and you're looking out for her and you want the best for your daughter. It's just sometimes it's hard for Patrick to open up to people.
You guys, I think it's really important sometimes to kind of be vouched for and get another person's opinion about somebody if you trust them. Of course, in some cases, you just don't like a person and there's no coming back from it, but sometimes a little good word can actually go a long way when it comes to relationships. So Carlos had revealed that he was actually very hurt because Patrick hadn't asked for his blessing and he just got married anyway. He just felt like Patrick wasn't making an effort to talk to him, but they ended up having an emotional moment and all went well in that regard. And now for one of the more juicier couples, I think that Sophie and Rob and Manuel and Ashley were some of the standout scenes to me personally.
When she put the $1,000 in his bank account, he changed the passwords. Al's been talking to his ex directly and sending money to her.
Ashley and Manuel had their little moment where they were vulnerable and he was talking about his family and all this stuff. Ashley had mentioned this to her family and they actually went to a whiskey place because Manuel likes whiskey, and they were talking amongst each other and the mother became extremely angry.
I told you was shady. What? Don't mind me. What happened? You have not been truthful with my daughter. You're not a person of integrity. What?
They were mentioning what happened with the $1,000 and they wanted him to show the bank account and to prove that he had kept that $1,000.
¿Qué pasó con $1,000?
¿Por qué?
It's hers.
Desde que ella casar conmigo, le encuentro el dinero.
He's like, why? And the mom was like, because you don't have any money, no dinero, she said. So it was super funny. Yeah, the mom was extremely intense. Like, she was enraged.
If you don't have it, that's why I keep saying why. No dinero. You done took your money.
This didn't bode very well. Ashley as well got upset. I definitely get the vibe that Manuel is a scammer. He does give me red flags. He seems a little bit narcissistic in how cold he is to her, and he does seem like he's hiding a lot and he has an ulterior motive. Just how dismissive he is. I just can't see somebody that truly loves another person behaving that way. So he kind of gives me the vibe that he's the next Pedro in a sense. I don't see him sticking around that long. And Pedro stuck with Chantel for 7 years, but I don't see their marriage lasting. And previous episode, when she was crying because she was so moved by his emotions and she was getting so enveloped in this talk of feelings, he was like, okay, enough, no more crying. Like, he was almost getting annoyed at her crying. It didn't seem like a true moment of intimacy to me. Hopefully it works out, but it doesn't look very promising right now. And then we saw Jasmine and Gino. That was actually surprising to me because even though this Miss International World pageant isn't really that popular, I still wasn't expecting her to win. I couldn't help but notice right off the bat, they put Jasmine in a dress that wasn't as beautiful as some of the other women's dresses. Some of the dresses were really gorgeous. There's one that was tacky with the geometric pattern on it, but the rest of them were very pretty. Jasmine's dress was kind of dull and it was mauve, sort of like a burgundy type of color, and the straps to the dress weren't that great to me. They tried to make the lipstick match, so that shade of lipstick wasn't very flattering on Jasmine, and I couldn't rock that plum shade either. That looks absolutely terrible on me. I question, like, how are these gowns chosen? I don't know what the typical process is when it comes to these pageants. So if she chose it herself, then that's bad on her. But she did end up winning a title. So that was nice to see her actually win. And they showed all the other previous winners prior to her to build up a little bit of suspense. But that was great. And I was very happy for her, you know, and it's great when you win. One day, you guys, I want to do the bodybuilding competition. That's always been one of my dreams, but I'm like, I keep going back and forth, like, do I want to be seen in a bikini by everybody? And when you search my name, there's like photos of me in a bikini, you know, and also the prepping part of it. Hopefully one day I'll get to do it. Maybe if I get my foot in through the door at my career, like if I get this job, please keeping your fingers crossed for me. It's been a minute, but I'm really hoping that I got it. But yeah, if that happens, I'm just gonna say, like, F it, YOLO, I'm just gonna do the competition. But anyways, Sophie and Rob was the most interesting couple to me this episode because he went there.
For what?
Can I just say what I have to say and then you can respond? For my own mental health, I'm ending this relationship so I can let it go.
He wrote out a letter and it almost sounded like an episode of Intervention or something. He was like, I can no longer support this marriage if you're living your own separate life.
And I don't have it in me to continue. You've already moved out again and have a life without me. Everyone who supports you hates me, which tells me so do you.
So Sophie didn't even respond. She literally just got up and slammed the door in his face. I was like, whoa. That was messed up to me. Like, that would hurt anybody. I know Rob is not that great of a guy, and we saw him sort of flirting last episode, but I don't think anybody deserves that. Each person should get a sense of closure when it comes to ending a relationship. It's extremely important. Then Kay came out. That's her friend.
It's been you this whole time.
Whoa.
No, I am shaking because I am sick of you.
And you guys actually looked up Kay's social media.
On what side? Because all you're
This is
doing
my
is...
You show up on my property.
Then I'll leave.
Mine.
Bye.
Don't you ever come back.
There's definitely this weird closeness when it comes to her and other women. I can't explain it, but I don't get the vibe that she's straight.
This is the most beautiful sight I've seen.
Yeah, because it's all me.
She was so vicious and so angry. She looked like an absolute maniac when she came out.
He's gonna sit here and break up with her? After all the she's put up with him? Are you kidding me? The nerve.
That confirms what Claire told us, that Kay's always watching her on the cameras and she's really creepy, because she did seem like very unhinged and it didn't seem like a normal friend reaction. But she was like, bye, get out of here, it's my apartment, this is great that your marriage is ending.
I mean, I'm soaking up the Lord.
You're such a... He's lived with you the entire time. And that's why I don't like you, because you're not helping.
And that was one of the things that Rob mentioned, was the people that you surround yourself seem like they hate me, so I think that you must hate me as well.
Bro, I'm not gonna do is sit here and let this talk about me. And if I'm so careful, then I did the right thing.
That was just terrible. I'm very much questioning what's truly going on between Sophie and Kay. I found a bunch of photos of them, and some of them are like in sexy Halloween costumes, and they have their arms around each other's waist, and the way that Kay is kind of leaning in, I don't know, it's just really odd to me. But I'm very curious what you guys thought about that. I did want to mention something briefly about my skincare, because I get like a lot of compliments, or I get a lot of comments saying like, oh, your skin is oily or it's wet or all this stuff. So I just wanted to mention that, like, for both people. I get a lot of compliments in person. I use Retin-A. So it's from like vitamin A, and a lot of people use it when they have acne during their teenage years. What it does is it makes your skin turn faster. So an older person's skin will take like 2 months to turn, which is like a really long time. During that process, it looks like kind of dull. For me, my skin is always peeling from the Retin-A constantly, like a young person. So I have that luminosity to my skin where it's almost like a glow, like it's not oily at all. It kind of glows because it's fresh skin, but when it comes to my ring light, it like it reflects off of my skin. I kid you not, it literally reflects off the glow of my skin. So to some people it seems like it might be like oily skin or something, but it's actually just like that glow from the Retin-A, and it takes a long time. It's irritating at first, but it's totally worth it if you want to have great skin. It takes like 10 weeks or something. Your skin can get very irritated. It's given me some amazing results. So anyways, guys, I'm very curious what you guys thought about the episode. Let me know in the comments. If you could subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, or check out my merch or my memberships. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you guys so much. Bye, guys.